A dog bite is a case that I have personal knowledge about, having bitten by a dog. Once when I was riding my bike up at the reservoir on a beautiful June day about 7 or 8 years ago, I was bitten by a dog that had gotten out of its fenced yard. The owner was away. There were many people up at the reservoir that day, and the dogs had been jumping and attacking many different bikers and walkers. So that would be a case where the owners did not take reasonable steps to make the dogs stay in their yard. And in fact, the owners had been out of the property that day, and when the police notified them about the dogs biting, one bit me and one bit another person we were with, the police officer had to tase the dogs because they were so hepped up. Dog bites are not the dog's fault 90% of the time. It's usually the owners who aren't either paying attention to the dog or don't feed it properly or don't take care of it, and then the dog is, I won't say the word frustrated, but does not behave the way it normally does. People often say things like, don't worry, the dog doesn't bite, and you don't actually know what that dog is thinking, so I don't ever take people up on that offer of the dog won't bite. When a dog bite occurs, and there are a lot of them in the United States, it's unfortunately oftentimes with young children who are on floors at relatives' houses, and dogs sometimes go for faces of babies. Those are some of the saddest cases we have because those can be terrible injuries. But generally, if you get bit by a dog, you should find out who owns the dog, what the requirements are in the local municipality as far as is dog supposed to be on a leash. Occasionally a dog might break a leash. That might not be a valid case. You have to find out the facts behind it. And then you have to find out what happens to you. Do you need stitches? Is there a wound? Does the wound heal well or not? Do you need plastic surgery? Can be a fairly complicated case. As I say, I never think badly about the dog. I feel bad that the person got bit. The dog is oftentimes not well trained or well taken care of by the owner, and that's really what causes a lot of dog bites, in my experience.